Day 2, video 2 of the behind the scenes video blog series about the making of this music live show that we're involved with. Today's all going to be about the lighting, so we'll walk you down there and show you all the stuff behind what's going on. But hark! Who goes there? It is none other than inventor of the rubber band ball, actor, philanthropist, child entertainer, and gypsy bare knuckle fighter, McLaren Bayless! Otherwise known as Mark. You may recognise him from such prestigious productions as The Price of Freedom and The Encounter short proof of concept trailer. The man, the myth, the legend.
Oh, you flatter me, sir. Flatters me.
So Mark's going to be joining us on this guided tour. Let's go down and have a look.
Let's go and see.
You go that way, I'll go this way.
Alright.
Or the other way. So here we are, in the Irish kitchen, which isn't quite fully kitted out yet, but you know, if you look here, we've got a butter maker.
Have you done that before?
Many a time. If you look above us, we're rigging the lighting, and as you can see, hanging up on the poles, we've got lots of different types of light. They all have different capabilities, and all we've been doing today is determining which lights we want. We started by shutting all the lights down and starting from scratch, because it can be overwhelming.
Very much so.
There's lots of light, too many lights, and often if you have too many lights, you're chasing shadows. You're looking at the ground, going, "Well, where's that shadow coming from? What is that shadow coming from?"
And if you're blinding your actors and they're falling off the stage,
Don't worry about your actors, then don't worry about them. So we shut all the lights off, and we just build it up one light at a time, and you can keep control of it that way. And that would be a really good tip, wouldn't it?
Top tip.
You may have 10 lights, but if you build it up one at a time, you may realise you don't need all those 10 lights. And how do you control these lights?
That's your department now.
My department. You control these lights by twizzling things, right? Twizzling things. There's what's known as a dimmer board, which we're going to have a look at in a minute. But all these lights are wired in to a mainframe dimmer board, and they all have these sliders and, you know, twizzly knobs and buttons. And
well, we can get a closer look at that, because there's one guy that is the puppet master, controls the whole thing. Just one person.
Let's go look at some knobs.
Yeah, let's go meet the puppet master.
Which way are you going?
I'm going to go that way.
Yeah, I'll go this way. This is a Parcan, but it's an LED Parcan, and I don't know whether you can see that. Parcans do get quite hot, so the fact that these are now LED means that they're more energy efficient. You can change the colour without having to put gels on them, just by dialing it in, and of course they don't get as hot, so nice safety feature there as well. You can see the wires here that are all leading off away to the dimmer board that we're going to be talking about later. We've got one back here, look as well. This light here is known as a mover. That isn't on at the moment, as you can see. But these, I'm sure you're all familiar with these if you watch things like the X Factor and American Idol and stuff. These are the lights that go like all over the place.
These little babies pack a punch.
They do.
If you put one of these outside and shone it up into the air, you'd get that Batman beam of light effect. And oh yeah, obviously if you stick a little Batman sign on it, you have the Batman sign.
I'm Batman. I'm not an occupier.
These pack some powers. This is only a little baby one.
Yeah.
Little baby one.
Well, you're the theatre man.
Yeah, this is only a little baby one. These come much bigger, much bigger, and the bigger they are, the more power they pack. Trust me. But how many of these should we have? Al, should we get 4 or 5 of these
I
on the
think there are a
go?
fair few of these. I think there are at least 8 of these around, and there are some up in the grid as well. And we've also got some strip lights here. Like an LED whip. If Indiana Jones was in Tron, this is what his whip would look like.
Ooh, Tron. Yeah, familiar.
So these, if you come and have a look at these closely, in fact, these are amazing. I don't think I've ever looked at these quite close up, but I don't know if you can see. Look, there's all these little resistors and chips in there.
The actual ribbon itself, they use that for single colour or tricolour, right? By putting different LED inserts on them.
Right.
So they can put a red, green, blue one on, or they put one on that's just white, just red, and then they just join them together.
Very clever, isn't it?
So theoretically, you can just keep wiring them end to end.
In theory.
But of course, it depends how big a pass wire you got on the other end.
Sure. Yeah.
This is going to be drawing about 3 amps.
Right.
So if you were going to do like 10 miles, you'd need a really big battery.
I don't think I'd put it any more than probably a couple of 100 yards.
Right.
I think I want this in my bedroom. What do you think, Al?
I don't know.
Well, Willie's got it in his camper van.
See?
He's got it in camper van so we can change the colours and the mood and stuff.
Oh, mood
Mood camper van.
Yeah.
There it is. You've been learning about your camper van with this. Your mood lighting.
Yes, it's party bus.
Party bus.
And it likes to shoot any mood, and it discos.
Moving disco.
It's very cold in here, isn't it, Mark?
Actually, I'm surprised. I'm surprisingly warm.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm feeling the heat. I'm feeling the heat at the moment.
Boiling hot. Watch your hands though, don't burn hands. Come in and have a look at this little light here. You've probably seen some of these before when you go to the garden centres or that kind of thing. Maybe even parties, posh restaurants. This is a fake fire. We've got a fireplace in the kitchen set just over there. And this is going to sit bang smack in the middle, creating a bit of a flame effect.
Yeah, and if you've ever wondered how these little beauties are made, Xander is going to give you a rundown.
Yeah.
And how incredibly simple this is.
All you need to make one of your own is a piece of cloth, doesn't even have to be orange, a fan, and some orange lights. And all that happens is fan blows the cloth up into the air, the lights light up the cloth, and then you've got a really nice little flame effect. The ironic thing about this fire is actually, because it's got a fan on it, it cools you down. So
It's freezing.
that's a bit deceptive, really. But enough on this. It's time to move on, and we'll see you in a bit.
Hey! There's nothing to see here.
Fixed.
It's got to be time for a cup of tea.
Cup of tea. Look at this giant teapot. It's like being in The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. I feel very miniature. Everything's massive. Giant teapot, giant milk.
Giant milk?
Where's the giant milk? Where's the cow? And a giant fireplace over here. Mark's going to show you something.
Oh no, I saw that. I found this, Xander. This is an actual authentic shillelagh. For the people that don't know what a shillelagh is, it's an Irish stick. But more interestingly, which Elle's going to tell you all about, check these bad boys out. These are lovely. Elle, tell everybody how these are made.
On this giant Hobbit fireplace, you can't even rest your elbow on. We've got what are known as practical lights. And practicals is just code for lights that are in shot. They're not hiding up in the grid, they're actually going to feature in shot, and although there's light bulbs in there, it'll sell this effect of a flickering lamp.
How do they make those?
Well, the guys who've been working here have gone to a hardware store or a car store and got some brake lights.
Brake lights.
Brake lights for cars, and they've wired them in and put a bit of orange gel around it, probably CTO or something like that. And it's just really, it looks really good.
It gives a good effect, actually. It does give a good effect.
Have a closer look. Yeah, and they're even got a bit of a flicker on them as well. Look at that. A bit of a glow. It's like, I feel very Dickensian. Ebenezer Weaver.
Victorian. You wouldn't think from a distance that was
That would work.
a car headboard
No, you wouldn't.
light and some,
But that's how we
some
roll
gels.
here. That's how we roll. Lateral thinking.
Yes, they're going to want themselves set quite quickly now. So I think we should use distraction techniques. You go that way.
Like a ninja.
I'll go that way. Can't catch both of us.
Okay, we're finally here. We've made it to the mixing desk. And here's Will. He's going to tell us all about it.
Hello. The ETC Congo lighting desk. This is basically just a big computer based around a Windows software package that allows us to control all of the lights that you see on the stage. Basically, this talks in DMX, a digital multiplexing language, through little wires down to our dimmer packs that tell things when to come on, when to go off. So if I push a fader up here,
excuse me,
it brings lights up there.
priorities. You coming to the pub?
I'm coming the pub.
Thanks for that.
So we program up what we want the faders to do. So for instance, this one over here is a red front of house wash. I bring that fader up, and as you can see, it brings all the red lights up front of house. If we do, say, a red overhead wash, that brings all the red lights up on stage, and vice versa. We can then use these as building blocks to program in to the automated system there. So all we need to do to run the show, sit and press the big go button. It's as simple as that.
That was going to be my question, actually. Can you just run it all off by
Yeah.
just pushing one button?
Once you've got your cues into your sequence list, so each bit of lighting that you want to happen in what order, sit there, banging away on the button.
What happens if something happens that you've got to change it, or if something happens in the show where you've got to change it, you've got to take it out of the sequence? Can you do that?
You can, with all your cues and presets in there, they're all numbered,
Yeah.
so you can jump to any preset in your list simply by typing it in. So at the moment we're in preset 203, so we go to 200, and then when I press the button there, we go to Q200.
We're in the dark.
Brilliant.
What's that big red
What's
button?
the big red button?
The big red button there.
Yeah, it's a question.
At the moment when it's red, it's the mouse, so it moves the mouse pointer. When it's blue like that, it controls up and down and left and right and whatever parameters you've got with your intelligent lights. When it's green, it moves up and down the lists that we've got in there.
Oh, well, there we go. Thanks very much, Will. We've learnt more now in this last 2 minutes than they've learnt in this entire video.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, anyway, sorry that was a bit rushed. It's a bit of a whistle-stop tour. We don't want to get in the way of people, but we also want to try and get you some interesting insights. Some of it will be useful, some of it you will already know, I'm sure. As you can see, it's really quite fun and a creative process, and it just brings the set that you saw yesterday. It's kind of coming to life now with the lighting, isn't it?
It's been really awesome actually watching.
Have you learnt something now?
I have. I definitely have learned something. No, I have. No, I definitely have. Watching it from start to finish, from this morning to where it is now, and then obviously going around and having a look at a few things behind the set and around the set with Elliot. I've learned loads.
Not to walk around the set with Elliot being one of them. Tomorrow there'll be another vlog. I'm not quite sure what that's going to be on yet, but Xander will be leading that one, so tune in for tomorrow's vlog.
Tune in. Tune out.